Good morning, guys. We are going to do a spiritual reset because I am in desperate need of one. Getting myself realigned and having a good day. So, first on the agenda, meditate, tap, journal. Let's do it. Hi guys, I'm just about to head out to run an errand quick, and then because of where I'm going to run said errand, it's in a town that's really pretty. It has a waterfront park that I really like, that I can stick my feet in the sand, I could walk around the grass barefoot, I can sit at a bench and journal, and like sit at a bench swing and just watch the water. I thought it would be really peaceful, really relaxing, and a nice thing to do to reconnect with myself and to kind of feel grounded and, I don't know, just feel like a deeper connection. I feel like I've been craving that deeper connection with myself because I've been so go, and I've been looking for something that's gonna help slow me down and bring me back to myself. So yeah, that's what's on the agenda. And then I know at some point today I want to pull out my sound bowls. I have not done anything with my sound bowls in literal months, and I miss it. It's such a relaxing thing to do. I have just gotten in such a lazy habit of just listening to it on YouTube rather than just, doing it myself. But yeah, that's on the agenda, so let's head out. Share this quote. It says, "The culture we have does not make people feel good about themselves, and you have to be strong enough to say if the culture doesn't work, don't buy it." that's such a good reminder. The societal norms do not make us feel good about ourselves. We have such easy access to compare ourselves to everyone else, and it's up to us to decide whether or not we buy into it. All the things that tell us we need to be better, we don't always have to buy into it. Okay, here's another one. So many people walk around with a meaningless life. They seem half asleep even when they're busy doing things they think are important. This is because they're chasing the wrong things. The way you get meaning in your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning. I love a book with a good quote. I love good insight. It's so true, and it's vividly written out right in front of you. It's so peaceful here too. Like, yeah, you hear the chatter of everybody living their own lives, but it's kind of peaceful knowing that you're just kind of in your own bubble doing your own thing, and nobody cares as much about you as you care about yourself. And the fear that you have of other people thinking about you and caring about you and worrying about you and what you're doing, what you look like, and how you're acting, when really nobody really cares that much because everybody's thinking the same thing about themselves. That was a bad moment. I literally got scared of somebody walking past. One day I'll eventually have the courage to keep the camera up and continue talking whether there's people around or not, but it's baby steps and something we grow into. Hi guys, so it's been a bit of time since I last turned on the camera, since I even talked to the camera. I went to the Daniel Island Waterfront Park. I walked around, I sat on a swing, I read, I journaled, I grounded, I put my feet in the grass. It was really nice, it was very relaxing. I'm up in my room now. I have the apartment to myself, so I figured this is the perfect time to do this. I have not busted these out in sadly like 2 or 3 months, and I have missed them. They are my sound bowls. A friend of mine got me sound bowls, and it was a very sweet thing to do, and I haven't been using them as much as I would like to. I love listening to sound bowls. If you guys didn't know, I listen to sound bowls for my meditation in the mornings. I showed you guys one of them that I did this morning. I love them, and I haven't been using them. So I am gonna set them up, and we're gonna do a little pass through. I'm gonna record for you guys. I have not done it in a while, so give me a little bit of grace if it doesn't sound perfect. But yeah, this was one of the ways that I felt I could always connect to myself. So yeah, we're gonna set them up and I'm gonna show you guys. Okay guys, I have them set up. We're gonna run through it. Bear with me, okay? I haven't done this in a really long time, but I think it's gonna feel really good to do it. if you didn't know, there are obviously 7 sound bowls, and they are increasing in size as you go. They represent each of the 7 chakras, the well-known popular chakras. Okay, the smallest one is your crown chakra. Then it's your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. So from top to bottom, you have your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, sacral, and then the root chakra is at your feet. But it's actually at your coccyx. Those are your 7 known chakras, the most familiarized. So what I've been told is when one of the sound bowls is a little bit too high pitched for you, or it doesn't really sit right with you, or it feels uncomfortable with you, that either means your chakra is too open, it could be shut, or you just have something that you have to work through in that chakra. And as unfortunate as it is, you play that sound bowl that much longer to soothe and ease whatever it is that you are struggling with. Because this is to help rebalance. Each one is set to a frequency that will help calibrate the chakras to an equilibrium. Now, if there's one that you really, really like, it's probably because that is a chakra that you either spend a lot of time in, that's a chakra that's regularly balanced. Any of those things can be true. So if we were going through this at all and there was a sound bowl that felt a little bit off to you or a little bit harder to hear and process, then maybe that's one of those to look into for yourself, see what it means, see if anything resonates with you. Because as always, take everything with a grain of salt and take with you what resonates and leave what doesn't, because obviously we're all different people and we perceive things differently, we handle things differently, and yeah, that's my advice to you. That's my little sound bowl session. I guess the big reason why I felt the need to do this spiritual reset, and as a kind of more focused on being present with myself rather than all of the habits and all of the routines and all of that. All of that stuff is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm a wellness, habits, lifestyle girly to my core. I love a good routine. I love introducing new healthy habits. But sometimes I get lost in the sauce. I get lost in the motion and the chaos around me. And I don't always detach, and I don't always return back to myself as much as I could be. I think the only other thing that I really want to do in this video is activities that bring me relaxation that does not involve being on my phone. I want to color, because I think for me, one of the biggest things that allows me to come back to myself and to find equilibrium within myself outside of these habits and practices and rituals that I have shared is the simple act of doing things that I did when I was a kid. Because you, when you were a child, were the most connected that you probably had ever been, until you reach that point in your life, in your adulthood, where you're like, I feel so unattached to things, and you start the wake-up process and wanting to be reconnected and realigned with the divine and your direction in life. But one of the things, again, like I said, that I choose to do that usually is a very easy, direct path to reconnect with myself if I'm feeling disconnected, is to do something that I enjoyed doing as a child, which coloring, arts and crafts, reading, painting, singing and dancing, baking, doing puzzles, things like that, things that really tap into the kid in me. That is an easy way to get reacquainted with yourself. And I suggest doing the things that you can do solo first before you do the things that, require other people. But always to each their own. I was a very independent kid, so I played a lot by myself and I did a lot of things by myself. I had a very strong confidence in my own presence and my own company. So having a lot of things that I am able to do alone is very important to me to be able to come back to myself. Like when things get overwhelming or people get overwhelming or situations get overwhelming, I know without a doubt if I grab a coloring book and I sit down and I color for 30 minutes, I'll feel better. Like a part of me will be put at ease, because we're constantly chasing the next thing. We're constantly moving forward, and sometimes it's not necessarily positive. You're just like mindlessly doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. And that's been me for the last couple of weeks, especially in terms of my work-life balance. By no means do I have anything negative to say about my job. I love my job. I love the people I work for. I can't say enough good things about it, but things have been busy and things have been chaotic just because of the season that we're going into and the type of business that they have, which requires a different workload plus the other responsibilities that I already have. It's been kind of a juggling act, and new routines have been taking place, new situations have been taking place in my own home life with my mom and my brother, and that in itself has required change and adaptability. And I think a lot of that has been very overwhelming to my system, and I haven't quite allowed myself to rebalance. And this was I have a long weekend, so this is my way of slowing myself down. I'm literally forcing myself to slow down and to relax and to connect with myself and to really tap into the things that I'm thinking. Every opportunity that I've had today to be by myself, I have been talking to myself, because I've seen a lot of videos and I've read a lot of things that say that the best way to connect with your intuition and to connect with your inner self is to just talk. Just start talking to yourself. An uninterrupted stream of conscious. Just say what's on your mind. Let it out, speak it, you're hearing it, you're digesting it, you're releasing it all in one fell swoop. I used to do this as a kid all the time. I talk to myself on a very regular basis, except when I am stressed. When I am stressed, I forget that the first person I should talk to about anything going on in my life is myself. And we forget to do that. We overlook just how beneficial it can be to just have a conversation with yourself. So at every possible moment that I've been alone and not, in a public space, like when I've been driving in the car, now that I've been in the apartment by myself for a little bit, I'm kind of talking to myself, I'm sharing my thoughts, I'm being reflective, and I do feel more connected than I have in a while, and it feels good. So those are my recommendations. That's what I encourage you guys to maybe look into for yourself and maybe try it. I heard the one video specifically that talked about, the uninterrupted stream of conscious. She goes for a walk and she just puts on the voice memo and she just records herself talking. And then if she feels called to after the walk, she'll go back and she'll listen to it again and see if she can pick up anything from what she was talking about. Maybe she has something that she wants to work on further or journal about or whatever feels right to you after doing something like that. But anyway, I gotta go and talk to my neighbor. I wanted to show her my sound bowls because she requested to see them, so I'm gonna bring them down to her apartment and give her a little sound bowl experience, and then I will come back up to my apartment. So I'll see you guys later.